We're delighted to welcome Hassani Ahamada Nouwair, a business student at
Nouwair.
the yeah, uh, a business student at the University of Antananarivo, Madagascar, who will present his captive work on feeding behavior of red-fronted brown lemur in the um, Kirindy dry forest. So you want to have a few words before we start the presentation?
Uh, just one suggestion. Um, Maybe I cannot um, good understand maybe the questions, and if someone can translate in French, and I can explain after
Hmm.
in English.
Okay.
So,
Okay. Great. Great. Thank you.
okay.
Then I will start playing the
Okay.
video now. Right.
Yes. Okay. Thanks.
Hello everyone, my name is Nouwair Ahamada, PhD student of Zoology and Primatology at the University of Antananarivo in Madagascar. Today, my topic is feeding the behavior of the red-fronted brown lemurs, Eulemur rufifrons, at the Kirindy dry forest, western of Madagascar. Seed dispersal bazochory is the movement of seeds away from the mother plant thanks to the excellent work of fruit-eating animals. In Madagascar, an island with a high degree of endemism and a majority risk of biological extinction, seed dispersal by lemurs allows for the colonization of new habitats, giving plants a chance to escape seed and seedline mortality, to reduce competition between seedlings and the parent plants, and to increase populations in ecosystems, even those that are often degraded. To understand this biological mechanism, we first studied the feeding behavior of red-fronted brown lemurs in Kirindy forest, a classified forest included in the core area of the Menabe Antimena protected area in the western central Madagascar. How much time does Eulemur rufifrons dedicated to feeding in a dry forest? What is its diet? And which species of fruit-bearing plants make up that diet? The Menabe Antimena protected area, 30% of its forest cover has been lost since its creation in 2015, and between 2017 and 2018 alone 19,000 hectares were burned. The Kirindy forest, about 400 hectares of its total area, burned in 2021. The main threat is international clearing for agriculture. Therefore, the objective of our study is to describe the feeding behavior of Eulemur rufifrons, which is closely linked to seed dispersal, in order to support and improve future choices in active restoration of efforts in deforested landscapes where there is little habitat heterogeneity. January to December 2024, we made observations from 7 a.m. o'clock to 11 o'clock in the morning and 1:30 p.m. to 5:30 p.m. in afternoon on 5 test group, comprising a total of 40 individuals. We use the radio tracking to follow a group and record the activity of most individuals in the group every 15 minutes to record resting, moving, and feeding. Simultaneously, in the group, we use focal animal sampling each minute to record the types of food consumed, fruits, leaves, flowers, nectar, mushrooms, stems, insects, and centipede, and the ripeness of fruit, ripe or unripe, and the method to ingest fruit with the muzzle directly, or one hand or two hands. The results showed that Eulemur rufifrons dedicates about 60% of its time to resting, compared to 30% to feeding and 10% to moving. The majority of time dedicated to resting can be explained by the animal's catamaral behavior. The significant amount of time spent feeding increases the probability of this primate to eat many variety of food source, particularly seed. The primate consumes about 86% fruit in its diet from 62 species. The feeding time to consume fruit increases the defecation seed, which can contribute to the forest regeneration. About ripeness, the ripe fruits represent 67.8%, so the animal doesn't have a negative impact on plant regeneration. And the animal eats 75% directly by muzzle, so the feeding depends on the fruit size. Small fruits are the most likely to be dispersed in large quantity. In conclusion, our study demonstrates that Eulemur rufifrons is catamaral and an excellent frugivore species, contributing to forest regeneration. This lemur could be an alternative in reforestation efforts in deforested area, using several plant species from dry forest. So, thanks everyone for your attention.
Thank you for a very interesting talk. Are you here with us? We already have questions from the audience. Right. The first question is from David. Do particular plant species depend on specific lemur species, or are they generalist? Alexis, can you?
No, I understand.
Okay, right.
I think it's general. It's general, but I observed many plant species eaten by most bird and many animal species. I observe if they interest with my lemur space, and I observe many individuals interest, but my space, my lemur space, eat very good and a big time to eat the plant. It's about 50% of all individual of 10 animal species eat my plant, my focal plant observe, and we can say this animal, this lemurs, it's the most large frugivore in this in the forest of Kirindy.
I see. We have another question from Catherine. Thank you for the talk. Are fruits available during all seasons?
Yes. Dry and but in dry season we have just I think 10 or 15 plant species of fruit. But in rain season, we have a big, most variety plant species eaten by these lemurs. But but the dry season, the fruits, it's very difficult of the bird to eat. And it's why it's very interesting, because we have in Kirindy, we have 8 lemurs space, and 6 it's nocturnal, and they eat the insect. But the diurnal, we have Eulemur rufifrons and Propithecus veroxi. But Propithecus, he destructs the fruit, the seed. It's a negative frugivore. Because the seed, it's not good after ingest. But the Eulemur rufifrons is the best. After ingest, we can have intact seed, and we can do the germination, etc.
So maybe following to that point, I have another question. How do these lemurs adapt their diet to seasonal changes?
I can translate, please.
How do these lemurs adapt their diet to seasonal changes?
Okay. The lemurs can say I don't eat now. Sometimes we have a space, a plant space. For example, in June, but lemurs don't eat in June, and after 3 or 4 months, it's the time to eat that, because they know when it's dry season, it's very it's a big problem to have many fruits. So I don't know if it's clear.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you for your talk and for your answer to the question.